Hello and welcome. My name is John and I'll be your host today. We're going to be talking about Eleanor Dawley Jones, a local mathematician, and she was one of the first, number 11 to be exact, black women to receive a PhD degree. Dr. Jones served as professor of mathematics at Norfolk State University for over 30 years. On several occasions, she has been a guest speaker here at Elizabeth City State University for the Celebrating Women in Mathematics event. She was born in Norfolk, Virginia, later moved to Syracuse, New York to complete her PhD, and then returned to Norfolk, and presently resides in Virginia Beach. The following is a brief history of her life and accomplishments up to this point. Dr. Jones remains an active member of many boards and committees, and she is dedicated to her life to pursuing and promoting the education of mathematics. This being February, celebrate Eleanor Dawley Jones for Black History Month. Mathematician and professor of mathematics, Eleanor Dawley Jones was born in Norfolk, Virginia on August 10, 1929, the second of 6 children. Her mother, Lillian Louise Vaughn, was born in Norfolk in 1901. Vaughn attended St. Francis de Sales High School and went on to work as a domestic. Jones's father, George Herbert Green, son of Annie Love Green and Walter Howard Green, was born in Norfolk in 1898. He served in the U.S. Navy in World War I and went on to become a mail carrier with the U.S. Postal Service. Green met Vaughn in Norfolk, and the two eventually married in 1923 after years of knowing each other. They settled in an area in Norfolk called Washington Heights, and there they raised their 6 children: Eleanor, Lillian, Mary, Barbara, Walter, and George Jr. Although neither parents attended college, they valued education and expected that all 6 of their children would become college graduates. Their expectations became realities, with 2 daughters earning PhD degrees, one of them being Eleanor, and the rest attaining bachelor's degrees. Eleanor has memories of going to church, the circus, and baseball games. As a child, she enjoyed playing hopscotch and dodgeball. She was educated in completely segregated schools, and the only whites she knew as a child were the priests and nuns of her parish. She attended Douglas Park Elementary School for her early years and later went on to attend Paul Laurence Dunbar, where she was influenced by Mrs. Davidson, who exposed her to classical literature. In the 7th grade, she attended Booker T. Washington High School, where she remembers being a good student and demonstrating an early interest in mathematics. Jones excelled in math because of her tenacity. Eleanor Jones was a strong student, but also had a full social life as a high school student. While attending Booker T. Washington High School, Jones was active with a student group called the Iotas, which hosted social events. Jones graduated as class valedictorian in 1945 at the age of 15, and she was awarded a scholarship from the Pepsi-Cola Company. Her scholarship, along with a university scholarship, covered her full tuition plus a $25 monthly stipend and allowed her to attend Howard University, where she used the stipend to pay for her living expenses. She enrolled at Howard University in Washington, D.C. with a major in mathematics. There, the first math course she took was taught by Albert Frank Cox, the first African American to earn a PhD in pure mathematics. She also took courses from David Harold Blackwell and Lawrence Robertson, other highly respected mathematicians. At Howard University, she had the opportunity to hear a number of well-known speakers, including Mary Church Terrell, Nannie Helen Burroughs, Mary McLeod Bethune, and Langston Hughes. Eleanor also pledged Delta Sigma Theta sorority during her years at Howard University. She graduated cum laude with minors in education and physical education in 1949. Eleanor was a strong student at Howard University and was offered a fellowship to complete her master's degree under the direction of Dr. Jeremiah Sertain, and continued on, again on scholarship, to complete her master's degree in 1950. Jones then began working at the Census Bureau and later returned to Booker T. Washington High School as a mathematics and science teacher for 2 years. In addition to her role as educator, she developed new curriculum for the high school's mathematics program. Jones wed Edward Dawley, Jr. in 1951 and took time off from teaching in 1953 to start a family after the birth of her first son, Edward Dawley III. In 1955, she returned to teaching as an associate professor of mathematics at the Hampton Institute. Civil rights issues loomed large in the late 50s, and in 1957, black students in Norfolk had no schools to attend due to forced integration that resulted, ironically, in closed schools. This left many African American youth with no place to attend school, which led Jones to begin tutoring these students at Norfolk's First Baptist Church. An outspoken civil rights activist, she also became a vice chair of CORE, Congress for Racial Equality, for Virginia from 1958 to 1960. During this time, Edward Dawley rekindled his relationship with his high school sweetheart, leaving Jones to raise their children alone. The black men she had known with doctorates served as role models, and it occurred to her that she should work for a doctoral degree in mathematics. Since she was teaching at a college level, pursuing a doctorate was more attractive than ever, since it would mean promotion, the security of tenure, and opportunities to expand her work in mathematics. The natural choice would be the University of Virginia. However, the state university did not accept black graduate students at the time. Instead, the university paid tuition and travel expenses for out-of-state studies. Yeah. So Dawley, now divorced, moved her two sons, Herbert Green Dawley and Edward Dawley III, to Syracuse, New York, where she enrolled at Syracuse University. With a stipend from the Hampton Institute and money she made grading papers, she managed to support the family and attend classes. The first year was the hardest. After that, from 1963 till 1966, she had a National Science Foundation faculty grant and a teacher assistantship to help with her finances. In 1965, she was elected to the Sigma Phi Science Honor Society and went on to graduate from Syracuse University in 1966 as the 11th African American woman to earn a PhD degree in mathematics. Her thesis advisor was James Reed, and her thesis topic was on abelian groups and their endomorphism rings and the quasi-endomorphism of the torsion-free abelian groups. Her advisor, James D. Reed, later became an advisor to Geraldine Darden, a former student of Eleanor at Hampton. Her dissertation on the aspect of algebra warranted publication of an abstract in May of '67 in the May 1967 issue of the American Mathematical Monthly. In 1967, she became professor and math department chair at Hampton Institute. That summer, she and Everett Benjamin Jones were married, and she became Eleanor Jones. The couple would have one son, Everett B. Jones. The marriage ended in divorce in 1982. Then in the fall of 1967, she became professor and chair of the mathematics department at Norfolk State College, where she had the opportunity to mentor many students, including Geraldine Dodd. She spent the next 33 years of her career teaching calculus, abstract algebra, linear algebra, and mathematics for non-science majors. Jones retired as Professor Emeritus from Norfolk University in 2003. Respected as a source for mathematics curriculum development, she has served on national committees charged with setting curriculum goals. She has also taken an active role as an advocate for women and minorities in mathematics and science. She served on the Committee for Opportunities for Underrepresented Minorities of the American Mathematical Society. the Executive Board of the Association for Women in Mathematics, and the Board of Governors for the Mathematical Association of America. Jones also held positions of Vice President of the National Association of Mathematicians. She was elected to the Science Honor Society, Sigma Phi, in 1965, while in Syracuse becoming a full member in 1985. The National Association of Mathematicians honored Eleanor Dawley Jones in 1994 with the NAM's Distinguished Service Award. Dr. Jones invested in the lives of students at Hampton University and at Norfolk State University. She feels that her legacy is her achievement, demonstrating that African Americans can succeed in math if they choose. When she reflects on her life, Jones regrets not encouraging her second child to pursue his dream and career in mathematics. While her second child has passed away, she has 2 remaining children. Her favorite foods and fruits and vegetables. Her favorite quote is, "All is well that ends well," and her favorite season is early spring. Jones would like to be remembered as a peaceful and resourceful person.